but I can burn pretty much all that. There's a one pallet that I'm gonna keep for firewood. It's not like a full width pallet, but that'll work good either way. And that's all we got, but it filled the whole trailer up. There was so much of that stuff. So very nice neighborhood too. But we're heading out now. You ready, Sonny? For about 30, 40 minutes, something like that, 250 bucks, so pretty good. Not counting the bonus cooler that came with it too, so it's a bonus. Nice cooler. Good one. Salad. All that I can burn. Oh. Always chalk them tires with the trailer really good on both sides, which I'm leaving that attached because Sonny's coming with trailer like that. A trailer like that, if your kid's behind or something and it starts rolling, I mean, there ain't a lot you can try to stop it, but so I always make sure that I've got them attached and chalked good. Some more stuff back here. I don't know what kind of hoses these are. I've seen those before, but I can't remember what they go to. But got rows of them and still in the wrap. It is a nice fish. Oh goodness, you're holding it? What if it bites you, baby? It's a nice fish though, coral heart. It'd be good for this winter when I'm splitting wood and stuff. Junk removal. To the Stave mill today. I've got that other load sold to Leo, full cord of wood, and I've not got that much full cord. I've not got a full cord left of white oak because I've sold it all lately. I've got to run a face cord of it left. They're already split. So what I'm doing now is I got my trailer. I'm gonna go get them to load me up, and then I'm gonna go home and split it and then take it on the Leo, and I'll add what I've got there as well, and that'll be $300.
One day as I was thinking of unseen things above, my Savior spoke unto me, and He filled my heart with love.
The Stave mill, nobody's back here. As you can see, they've got this place blocked off again completely, so all you can do is back straight in. You could get into all that over there. Now you cannot. So obviously this stuff is piling up, but there's where we came in at that way. They got staves all over the place. I backed up to where I can park right there and someone can get in here beside me if they need to.
I used to know some people who would walk and they'd talk with me, but since I've been converted, they turn their backs on me.
bigger thing to load me this time, and you see you get a lot of stuff that ain't the greatest. I mean, that's all good wood, but a lot of people don't like that. So, you know, get a lot of stuff you wouldn't really want. And you know, here's a lot of rounds, and then over there some rounds. But you get a lot of that too. Look at how much space it was taken up by sawdust and, you know, little pieces, you know. If you're selling it, that's not what you want. So I'm gonna back up and throw all that back there, and then I'll pull back up and start splitting and loading to be in the shade of that. I backed up all the way to here, and now that pile of mixed stuff back there, I can get this stuff off. But that is not a good load. I mean, that's not what I prefer. That's the worst I've ever got, because I got a lot of space taken up by stuff that I'm not really gonna be able to sell unless I get a market for that stuff, you know. So now it's gonna be a matter of doing more work, shoveling that off. But I can let my gate down right on top of this pile here and just shovel it off the end. That's what I'm intended to do here. I'm gonna die in the war. I'm gonna die on the battlefield, fighting for my All right, so as you can see there, I got quite a bit of stuff that I didn't really prefer, and that's the first time I've ever really got that much stuff like that, you know, sawdust and just really little pieces. And part of the reason why is because he used this really big loader, I believe, instead of the smaller skid steer that he would normally use. And as you can see, I'm still hand splitting. I will still continue to hand split most of the time, but the splitter, I intend to use it mainly for when I have a helper like Sonny. Carter's still a little too young for it. And then whenever I have some really tough stuff. But most of the time, I'll be hand splitting still. It's just a lot faster by hand. And there's more than one reason why. You know, I don't have to lift the rounds up, you know, other than to get them off the trailer. Or I can just roll them off. And then splitting, I can actually split faster than quite a bit of splitters by hand. So, and I've known that for years. But new people come in a lot, and I know that they try to give advice, and I understand that, and I appreciate good advice, but not everybody's the same, you know. I can out-split lots of log splitters, most of them, and unless you get into the big commercial ones, you know, I can out-split them, and I feel fine doing it, you know. Your heart's a muscle, so it's actually good to work it out when you can. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing here this day, and so I'll probably let it play here soon. But some of this wood is really tough, and some of it's not so bad. This is all white oak. It's very stringy stuff. It's debarked, so I know that it doesn't really look like white oak. Some people have thought it's cedar, but I think if you've been watching me for a while, you know that this is white oak. It's very good wood. I delivered this load today to the guy, and he was very happy with it and said he wanted to get 2 more loads for next year. Not this year, but he wanted to get them next year. But I was blessed a lot today about so the way that I found this guy, the man that I'm delivering this wood to here on this day, was through a junk removal job. And now the same woman who I did that junk removal job for called me today, and she's wanted me to come back and do the rest of the stuff that I left, because she only had so much money available for me to do the job the first time. So I did what I felt was fair for the amount that she offered to pay. And but now she told her landlord about me, and her landlord is I guess has been looking for somebody to do lots of different work, and she said she was bragging on me and Carter to her landlord, which was very kind of her. And she said that her landlord asked for my name and number and said that she had like 30 rental properties that needed flooring and things like that, lots of different things. So I mean, that right there is a blessing in and of itself, you know. So through that, property owner who has all that property, that's a lot of jobs. That may be some roofs, maybe some junk removal, that may be some flooring jobs, construction jobs, whatever. And I'm all for any of that, you know. I'm fine. I like to work physically, you know. This day was very hot. A lot of that wet that you see on me is water I poured over my head. I was sweating, but I wasn't sweating that bad. I poured a lot of water over me. Something I found is when you're out in the heat, it's very important to try to keep your body temperature down and to stay hydrated. Because I've worked in the heat a lot. I've hand split in a 90-degree weather, if I'm not mistaken. Now, do I enjoy it as much? No, I love hand splitting still, but I don't enjoy it as much when it's that hot. I definitely prefer it in the, fall or winter or even the early spring, but I like it to be cool. Really 50 degrees and below is what I like when I'm hand splitting. That vest that I got, I showed it in the beginning of the video, that came from a junk removal job, and I think that's an $80 Carhartt vest, and man, it's like almost brand new. And I was kind of surprised the guy was getting rid of it, but I'll plan to use that this winter because I don't like my arms, with a jacket to be really constricted. So I think that when I'm hand splitting, so I think that vest will be perfect for hand splitting because it'll keep my core and everything warmer, but also give me some freedom with my arms. So we ended up splitting a lot of this wood right here, not all of it. Some of it's still laying there actually, but we split quite a bit of it, and we were getting short on time because it took me quite a while to clean that trailer off. I know I sped it up, but it took 20, 30 minutes to get that stuff off of there, I'm guessing, but it was a lot more than I expected. And so what I did was I was running kind of behind on this delivery. And so what I did was went and I split quite a bit of this, and then I went and got some of the stuff that we had left. And I've used pretty much all of the wood that I had left, that I had stacked. So it's pretty much starting over, but I'll just keep selling it, and usually this time of year I don't, but I'm thankful for that too. At the same time, I'm thankful for it. I'm not complaining. But anyways, I think I'll let the video go ahead and play on out here. And just let you watch the hand splitting if you enjoy that kind of stuff. If not, I understand as well. But yeah, you can expect to see me hand splitting, most of the time. And I told Steve that before he gave it to me even, and it was very kind of him. And I do plan to use that splitter a lot, especially for certain applications. But mainly it'll be Sonny using it and me using it on the really bad knotted stuff. I've got some really knotted bad stuff laying here. I've got some elm. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it is. And stuff like that, that splitter will be perfect for. So that way I won't have to ever have rounds just sitting around, because a lot of times I would get them big knotted ones and just throw them in the bonfire because I couldn't do anything with them. But that splitter, that 34-ton splitter, it goes right through them. So thank you again, Steve. I truly appreciate it. Me and him are going this Sunday, Lord willing, to Washington, D.C. to take his daughter up there. And I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be neat. And he was talking to me today on the phone, and he mentioned stopping at a place on the way to get his daughter. I think he asked me if I like pulled pork barbecue, and I told him yeah. And so he said he knew of a place that was good, and so we're supposed to be maybe going there and doing that as well. And so maybe cheat on diet a little bit. But I'm still way down in weight, so I've still lost over 40 pounds if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty happy with that. Every now and then I'll cheat, but I'm still pretty strict with it. It's something I plan to be permanent from now on. I actually wouldn't mind getting down to maybe 230 even. But I've reached my goal, which was 240. So I've actually got 236 is the lowest I've been. And man, you can feel a difference. What I'm saying there is I really like a 36-inch handle with a 4-pound head like that. It's almost like a bullet. You can get so much velocity, from that, where you've got the reach of that 36 handle and the leverage, and then that 4-pound head. Carter, he kind of was giving me a hard time here a little bit. He was saying, "You think that's tough? Come and split this stuff," or something like that. So I said, "All right, if that's how you think it is, come over here and try to split this round. You'll see here in a minute how he does with the round." Like a bullet. Why not split this one?
Really?
Yeah, tell me about that. Split. What's wrong? What's wrong? Put on, axeman. He was instructing me, told me how tough this was. What happened? Go split that one.
No.
I thought you were talking about tough. I thought I wanted to see tough. What happened to that?
Gotta split it then. So tough. So tough.
Here's a natural crack right here. See it? Open up. Over there. There you go. That's it. Now what would you do? Right there. Start making firewood size pieces. Through the strings. See? Show you real quick. On this, you got to fight through the strings.
Yeah, look at that piece. It's off.
Watch yourself. See if you knock it off. That's what you're lacking is the power to go on through those strings that are holding you.
I can get if I can get it wide enough, then I can just split through the strings and it comes off.
Watch yourself. You can go that way. Yeah. Huh? What? Love you. Why are you saying that? Huh?
Love you. Don't do that often, does she?
No, not at all. So I said, why are you saying that? I do it a lot.
Yeah.
It's uncommon.
Yeah. It's actually rare for her to do it.
That's what that made. Not quite a full cord, so, and I'm running behind on time already. I'll take that over there. And that should be enough to fill the rest of it in there. All right. There we go. We got the trailer loaded down. Had to take a little bit out of my stacks, but $300. Okay, we're on our way. We got it loaded. It's a hot day, but we got it loaded, and it's a full cord of wood, so that's $300 worth. Then when I get back, I'm gonna try to do a little weed eating, Lord willing. But it's been a good day, all in all. Hope you're all doing good and everything. Hope you're all blessed. The stave mill is packed in there, so it's like I said, this load, it was more work than usual because there was less rounds and more sawdust and like little pieces. So I really don't want that, because that's really not good, especially for making a trip all the way up there, you know, and then coming back with that. You know, I want my trip to be as profitable as possible. So if I have to load it by hand, I will, but I'd really rather not do that. So so we're going to Mount Sterling, which isn't too far away. That's where we're heading now, and this will be $300, and then we'll head on home, and I'll probably weed eat and then relax for the rest of the day, and tomorrow I've got a junk removal job to do as well. So, but I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all blessed. You all be safe out there, and God bless. Conman Carter.